And a quick word then on Dublin against Cavan. I mean, Dublin will be heavy favourites, but a lot of the Ballymun clubmates that you have playing there. Paddy Small, he's really kind of stepped up this year. We've seen bits of him in the last few years, and he's looked impressive. But it feels like he's kicked on to a new level.
Yeah, I mean, I'm delighted for Paddy. I've had him since under 10, so I had him for 11 years, and then he thought he was rid of me, and then I took over the Sigerson team there a few years ago, and I had him back. So I haven't gone away too far, but he's a good lad. He's very solid. Like he's a lot of power and pace, and he's explosive. He get a ball and run an opposition defense, which defenses don't like that. And I suppose he's added a few strings to his bow as well. He's developed a bit of a work. He's done a bit of work on his right foot and developed that. And because he was always very left footed, and he's done a bit of work on his right foot, and he's a better tackler now. He's a better catcher. The ball, his handling is better. So he's developing into a really serious player, which is great to see. And obviously his father, God rest him, passed away last year, and he'd be a very proud man to see the progress that he's made, and hopefully will make in the future.
And one thing he seems to have developed, or maybe he had it all along, maybe you even taught it to him, is this thing where he gets the ball or solos, stops, steps back, and then through two men. He seems to do that all the time. That can't be an accident.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, Shane, he'd laugh if he thought that I was going to take any credit for any sort of ability or any skills that he has. I mean, he would have. Football was very basic when I took that team. We did a lot of work on basic skills, and he would have been sick of hearing me talking about catching and kicking and all the other fancy stuff that he developed that himself, I'd have to say, or somebody else might have taught him. Tomas Hayes, who a Cork man who was he's a principal in school in Tala, he ran the team with me, and he may well have done something with him on that, but it certainly was to me, Shane. If you ever saw me playing for Dublin, I didn't go past the halfway line too often. We worked on basic skills all the time, and then a lot of the rest of the stuff happened by itself, if I'm being brutally honest. I should be taking the credit for it, but I can't, unfortunately.
And John Small has obviously really established himself in the last number of years. And at one stage, though, that he was very much struggling for form, wasn't he? Did he even slip out of the Ballymun team for one period, after being under 21, and then he had a tough time with his form?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's totally forgotten. It's amazing what victories and what success does. It covers up a lot of things, and things are completely forgotten about. But John would have been in that All-Ireland club run that Ballymun went on. Ballymun obviously won the championship 2012, and they went on a run. And John sort of, he wasn't getting in fully, and then he sort of dropped off things for a while. I think he sort of stopped playing football for a while. It might have been 6 months. And in a way, looking back on it, it might have done him no harm. He was so big into it, and maybe he just took a step back and reassessed where he was, because you can get so involved you can't see the wood from the trees sometimes. But I mean, I think with him, he came back and with a ferocious appetite and ended up making serious progress, and obviously the rest is history. He has a bag of All-Ireland medals to his name and has done very well for himself with Ballymun as well. It was great to see him do that, and it just shows how you can get a little bit, you can go over the top about certain things. I mean, people in Ballymun at the time were saying to me that it was shocking that he was gone and that he was no longer playing, he'd never play again, and that's such a waste of talent and all sort of things. But I mean, it was just a temporary glitch. It was one of those things. He's a young lad, and he might have just fallen out of love with the game for a while, but he came back with a serious passion for it, and the rest is history. So I mean, I'd even forgotten that, Shane, only for you reminding me. But it's something for juvenile mentors and for adult mentors indeed to remember that, these, just because somebody stops playing at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever age, doesn't mean they're gone for good. I mean, if somebody had told him at the time that he was dropping out of football but he would come back with that amount of success, I'd say he would have been happy enough with that.